Hello and welcome to another update video about XRP. Just needed to do another one because we obviously broke to the upside from this ascending wedge, and we have with that moved above the ideal level for this current correction basically. So we have on the chart here that this is just a corrective rally, a WXY pattern, and within the wave Y, which is a 3-wave move, we've got this ABC. And I told you that normally you would not expect a wave C to go above the 1.618 extension. Now, it doesn't really invalidate it, but it just gets unlikely that it is still this pattern. Okay, because we moved obviously out of that wedge. We moved above the, I think it was the 46.3 cent level. I highlighted here as basically the limit it should ideally do in this particular scenario. Now, what we see on this chart is that obviously this now is a very much extended fifth wave, which is fine. They do exist. It is just unlikely, but they do exist. As I said in the previous video, I cannot rule out that we break this to the upside. It is an ascending wedge, which is usually breaking to the downside, but as always, you do not speculate until you see a breakout. You wait what the market is telling you, and then you can react. So even if you have here an ascending wedge, this was a clear pattern. So you would not normally trade a breakout before it happens, right? So just to add that, because if my assumption is that we're going to break here to the downside, which was, you would not normally take action until you see that breakout. Now, there was no breakout to the downside. You always wait for confirmation, at least you should do. There's of course no financial advice. This is basically what you would normally do. Because, in the end, the market will tell you what's happening and you can only react. You have obviously your assumptions, and you need to be prepared for what's happening, but you of course never know, because even unlikely events can happen. Always be prepared for the unexpected. Now, there is no bullish scenario, at least not yet here. For me, XRP isn't really going to do really anything super bullish until it really breaks out of this orange level to the upside. There is a 78.6% fib level. The problem is that I cannot ignore the bearish price action that happened before. It just doesn't leave really a bullish interpretation. Now, if we draw the fibs of the wave 3 and the retracement, well, we are basically now at the ideal retracement for wave 4 at the 38.2% fib level. So this is what a wave 4 can do. This is not anything. In the lower level pattern here, we did basically max out and did do a bit more than we should have done. But looking at the higher level pattern here, we've just only reached the 38.2% fib level. As you might know, a wave 4, which this one is, can even stretch to the 50% fib level. So this for me, I can only recommend to calm down to everybody, because for me, this is at the moment just a corrective rally. And even if it doesn't, even if it is a bullish, really a breakout, and we go to new all-time highs from here, which is not reasonable to expect at the moment. But even if it does, there would always be another pullback and an entry opportunity. But what I can only recommend is not to run behind green candles. But eventually what you do is your thing, is your own decision. But until we really have the next pullback, we won't really have a clear picture, because the next pullback will also indicate to us if it is a corrective pullback or an impulsive one. It should ideally be an impulsive one, but again, we never know. But this setup here at the moment is deep in the overbought territory. I can tell you that as well. Deep in the overbought territory. We are above 70 on the RSI. We're actually at 75. Now, momentum is not yet slowing down, and therefore we have this kind of phrase, the trend is your friend until the end, which is absolutely true. But we are deep in the overbought territory. So this is this rally should be running on its last legs. It should be. Yeah. Of course, it's running as long as the trend is active. Yeah. And the trend will get sort of, let's say, broken if we break here below that 42.8 cent level. That would be a confirmation that the trend to the upside is broken, and then we should see a fairly swift correction. Or if, you know, this is obviously the corrective rally to the upside, which I expect to be corrective, and the move down should then be impulsive. So just really to cool down everyone, I don't think this is the massive breakout to the upside that a lot of people expect. If it is, I'm happy to be surprised. I actually own XRP, as you might know, but I just haven't got a lot of hope into it. A few people have said I never say anything positive about XRP, but why should I say anything positive about a long-term chart, which is just not very promising? It just isn't. I mean, I own XRP, as you've just heard, but we want to stay objective here, you know. A bias doesn't really help anyone, so we want to stay objective here. We can only analyze a chart as it is. We can only interpret the chart as it is. And at the moment, for me, this is still not really anything bullish, despite the strength of the current move. Okay, and that's my update about XRP. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and also if you like, check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.